Hey everyone, this is Louis7 and today I am streaming the Lord of the Rings online. It's going to be an exciting stream, I hope, because I have been making a lot of progress, I feel like, with the Before the Shadow expansion, including some of the endgame portions, which I think is what we're going to end up starting with today. In particular, running Storvagun. I don't know beyond that if there's anything else planned with my kin, but we're going to run Storvagun with the Winter Festival. Otherwise, I am making a lot of progress, or at least last stream made a good chunk of progress on the Before the Shadow questing and leveling on my Stadax Dwarf Rune Keeper, so we will be getting to that as well. There have been also other forms of progress, so just to go with the theme of the stream on progress, I do have good news that I have been able to sit down and start... Wow, that's a lot of noise upstairs, but... started to get some progress on recording videos for winter break. I know usually when I have a break, I'll try to actually get videos up, but this time it's looking a little bit more likely that we'll have videos going into the early next year. I actually have a particular video that I recorded yesterday that I wasn't originally planning on recording, but I think it turned out to be a great recording, and I plan to have that as a special video for New Year's Day. So that is one to look forward to. And we have a cat Piper here. Let's see. I'm going to try it. There's the camera. Although it's facing a little bit too low. Oh! Hand blocking. But there she is. You also hear another cat back here. So gotta make good progress petting the cat as well. And here she comes on the desk. Maybe. Trying to? Nope. I don't know. Okay. But yeah, I thought I'd start out on my Warden because the plan was to group up at 8 o'clock server time with my kin, which would be 3 minutes from now. So I thought I could check a few things with this character and remind myself a little bit of his progress. So as far as my Warden's gear go, I know for replacing or upgrading things, there are a couple of particular things of interest. I think my yellow gear would be the obvious one to point out. I do have a couple purple pieces, but they aren't too bad, except the pocket item. That's not really ideal. I mainly use that in the tank spec. It's not terrible for tank, but it has stats that I don't really need too much of, namely the finesse. Basically, that is an entire stat this character does not need. I have plenty of finesse. I think even in the blue line, I'm set on that. Yeah, pretty much. So there are a few gear pieces that I'd still like to replace, but overall this character's in a pretty good spot. One thing I could do is do some outfit stuff because I really like the look of the delving armor. I probably wouldn't use the helmet, and maybe try to find... Ooh, red actually doesn't even look bad on that. This is one that might have multiple options, but... Ooh, I normally do not do white, but this could be a potential piece that would actually not look bad in white. Yeah, it has a has an interesting look in the white and gray colors. Even yellow is not terrible. Oh, can't go wrong with Evan in blue, but that's true with everything. Well, see, the thing is, I have a ugly green shield, but I do have a green shield for green outfits. I don't think I actually have that saved on this character. I have this little red shield, which goes good with red outfits, but finding a shield to match different colored outfits is actually a big trial in this game. And that is one issue with some outfit colors that are not something like gray, or where there's not really much of a color, or even like brown. That usually works. Or Evan in blue, or red, basically, or a form of red. My inventory is a little bit messy, but yeah, maybe I can start off. I'll see if there are any quick delvings I could run, or Sarvorn. Actually, yeah, let's try Sarvorn, the solo version. Yeah, I can't do that on tier 3, I forget. But while waiting for people to get on and the group to get going, I have not run the solo version of Sarvorn on this character, or at the level cap for that matter. I did end up doing the solo version when I was getting my Beorning guide up. I went ahead and just ended up doing the full solo version on that character because I was there to record gameplay for the video, and then I was like going through it really quickly, so I thought I'd see what it's like on a level, what was I, 129 character. Oh, there's some lag going on right now. Also, it's a really good idea to turn your graphics down in this location if you want to see anything in this new instance. But yeah, I'm curious what the loot will be like for a level cap character. At least see what one run offers me. I believe in the beta you were able to get the normal gear drops on the solo version, which again you can only run tier 1, so to be a little bit redundant on tier 1 solo version, you were able to get gear drops that were, I think, similar quality to what the tier 1 6-man has of this, which is a bit unusual. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, but it's odd feeling. And hello to Lewis and chat, channel member, which I appreciate. And then the Morspa, you are wondering if I am, or if I play anything besides Warden. Yes, and in fact, one of the reasons the stream was later today is because I got sidetracked. I'll say it that way, but it was actually with recording videos that will be coming up. It is I don't even know what it is, but it's like a little mini series I'll have coming up. I also don't know why I'm in the blue line. I don't need to be in the blue line for this. Okay, of all the times I've ran this, I have not had this issue of missing all these whites before. So we'll see if I did get everything and we can fight the boss. Yeah, okay, good. But it's rare, but I do play things different than the Warden. Later today we'll be getting, at least the plan is, to get to my Stout Axe Rune Keeper, for example. I don't remember if I used that ability. Wow, I have played so much Blue Line Warden lately, which is kind of odd, but I feel like I'm just out of practice with the Yellow Line Warden. Takes a moment to get used to the things. So I did not get a shield here. I believe this was the boss that dropped the shield, but I don't 100% remember. Seems possible that the next boss could have loot. It's also not even a guarantee that you get loot, while loot does seem to be frequent with their modern loot system. It's still not a guarantee that you would actually get like a gear drop from everything. Oh, we're having something in anti-exploit mode. Isn't that fun? Also, there's an NPC I can summon to help me in this. That is actually kind of funny. I just saw that summoning horn however long we've been in here and like not even needed to bother to pay attention to it. Blair, no dragon flight tonight. I realize it's actually been a good minute since I've streamed that, but still interested in getting more into that. It's kind of funny, my group had been like kept trying to run mythic dungeons in that. But I haven't seen anybody really expressed interest lately. Mr. Dark Motor, you're wondering, this is the Sarvorn dungeon, the new one with Before the Shadow, and it does have updated loot. I have not gotten anything on the solo version so far. My bait warning did get a drop. I forgot exactly what it was. So it is possible to get gear on the solo version. Also, I might, for this boss, I might actually need to summon the NPC. I don't know. I just realized I'm rooted. Now I'm not rooted. But I'm losing a lot of health. Die. Very funny. I actually did die. Well, we know who's laughing now. Corpse rat. They're probably what caused the issues in the first place. Do I have any potions? Or have I used them all in the delvings? Okay, I have not used them all in the delvings, but I've used a lot of them. And these level 120 potions, which are still better than nothing. Okay, I can guess we can summon this NPC also to lower chances of things breaking. Oh, no speech this time. Oh no. The lag hasn't been too bad after that initial spike, but that was just unfortunate timing. That could have been me just moving my fingers too fast as well for this game. So Lewis, you are almost level 130, level 128 currently. Hopefully you're enjoying the content at that level. I know I certainly have enjoyed the higher level content, mainly past the 120. Not that the stuff before it's... There we go, couldn't click the chest. Oh, this one does drop the shield. And it looks like, yeah, item level 475, that's maybe even the exact same as what you got on the tier 1 group version. Actually, I don't know where that shield went. So this is Black Grave. Where did it go? I thought I had another one. Or did I end up equipping the one from the Skirmish? Maybe that's what it was. So yes, no, actually Black Grave, I have item level 477. So I have one that's 2 item levels higher. Okay. And then we can fight the boss. I wonder what the boss will be like on the solo version. For gearing, I have a guide for Gundabad Endgame and where to get started with gear. I would honestly say it's not technically inaccurate. I didn't realize they were already on. It's not technically inaccurate, but compared to what I had in that guide, there are now better sources to get started with here. I think the biggest thing is if you can handle tier 7 plus delvings, especially if you can find a duo partner, even just like some random pug from World Chat if you're interested in that. That would be a great way to start getting actually pretty good gear pieces. You have to run tier 7 plus though. It again doesn't matter if it's solo or duo, but it's a lot easier if you run it duo. It also depends what class you are, if you'll be able to manage soloing it. At least I suspect so. I can, yeah, just imagine certain classes like even Blue Line Champion, if you don't have much 140 gear to start, could be a little bit tough. If you have Hunter, you might be able to burst down enemies. I expect it would be kind of oddly slow. Okay, you are a Guardian. It's possible you could solo tier 7 delvings. Gotta remove the corruption. Didn't even know that would be a thing I had to look out for here. This is really weird. He's popping back up to hit me, but I cannot hit him, which means I can't remove his corruption. So wait, he's chasing me. Can I target him now? Okay, I can target him now. Wait, I can't. What? I think it's broken. So he went into his little animation like it does in the 6-man version where you have to kill the little shadow balls. And yeah, but then it was invalid target. Hello, Dunarkarn. So I don't know if it was just because of like too much damage it messed up the way the phases worked, but mainly just gotta be careful. Like it wouldn't have been a problem if the corruption wasn't there, like if he didn't put the corruption on himself, or if I could remove the corruption because I was able to target him, but not actually, it was invalid target, I think was the error we were getting. So I don't know if I necessarily want to go full burn damage on him. It's similar with the 6-man on like tier 2. Warden wasn't necessarily the best here. Yep, there is the corruption. Okay. He's going to be hitting me for a little bit, but I'm hoping that I can, even in the DPS spec here, out heal it. I'm actually a little bit concerned my AoEs could somehow hit him with this weird bugged state that he is in. That is a concern, but it does not look like it. Okay, we should be safe. I don't have any more reflections against me. Yeah, if I had to actually put a little bit of effort into this, blue line would be better. It's mainly just that corruption I can't remove because he seems to, as far as I can tell, be completely bugged in the solo version of this. So he should stay there until I kill these things like that. This face seems to be working fine so far. Although now he's actually triggering into the second boss phase of this. Let's see. That debuff actually does a decent bit of damage. Oh, yeah, that's bad. I should use my potion. I might go blue line. This is a little bit different than I expected. I haven't been paying too much attention, getting distracted by Kin chat because they are ready for Storvagun. Almost. So I actually do not know what was really killing me there. I just saw my health was starting to go down. Was I standing in a puddle? Or I saw I had an eye. Perhaps that thing did a lot of damage. Rending slash. I see myself taking a lot of... Oh, morale damage. That could definitely be a bad thing. Mighty Throne attack did a lot of damage, and the morale damage did like 10%, I think, of my morale. Something thereabouts. That was only one hit of that, though. Okay, Piper. She keeps, like, flinching. I don't know if flinching is the right word, but I was going to say flickering, but that's not the right word either. That is some lag.
The kingdom of the dead awaits you.
Let's see. You're saying, Blair, what tune do you think? Oh, do I think you should get 60 to 70 on WoW? Death Knight or Demon Hunter? I personally much prefer Death Knight out of those two. Some people like the Demon Hunter, though. Oh no, I put too many bleeds on him, didn't I? Also, wasn't I supposed to switch to blue line so I didn't, like, double check I didn't run into this issue? I promise I'm not trying to play bad. I just am playing bad. I'll go to blue line. Okay, sounds like they are still waiting a bit to try to get a group anyway. Hello? Getting some odd lag spikes today. Just double checking doesn't... I would just say it's not my internet because OBS is working fine. The stream is working fine. My latency is maybe a tad bit higher than it usually is. Typically I'm in the 50s. But that's just like, that's just latency. Okay, we're still going to use Range Resounding Challenge, because how could I not? Yeah, he still dies quick enough anyway. Summon the NPC to help. I wonder if I'm triggering two phases at once, like all the damage over time. It's just triggering, it must be... That's what I would suspect, at least it's jumping phases. because he hits whatever health threshold that he puts the corruption at. So he has the first corruption, which is at a health threshold, is how I'm suspecting it works. I don't know for sure. And then I still have my damage over time effects on him as he is unhittable. Now I can hit him at least. So then he puts another corruption on himself, but again, that's while he's unhittable. And see here, he has not put a corruption, but now the damage over time is ticking, so he's going to transform into the other boss while we're still in the middle of a previous phase of the fight. So I don't think it's necessarily bugged, but it is not working well. We just do so much damage that this fight does not really work well. Running it solo, it seems. Also, I cannot see chat. Let's get back to that. Yeah, he has a damage over time. 20. That's not too big. What, does the puddle do a lot of damage? Oh yes, the puddle actually. That's probably what killed me before. Wait, no, is that the puddle? Oh, that's a different dot. I think the rend, the unremovable bleed I have, is from the ads. Also, it looks like this guy doesn't take much damage while the ads are up, so that means I'm going to have to go the non-lazy route and actually do something crazy like target them. It's kind of neat that you have to actually pay attention to mechanics in the solo version for this boss. I'm a little bit not used to that in the solo version of all these dungeons, so it's something I'm in favor of. Just cause some delays. So Lewis, you've been thinking about making a range class character to have a range character? Can't go wrong with the Rune Keeper or Hunter or Lore Master. What are the other range classes? Can't go wrong with any of them, really. Unless you don't like certain ones, then I guess you can. And last boss loot, we got a necklace. It is item level 465, so it is up to the actual level 140 item levels. It's not good though. I think even for my tank spec, I'd rather my more DPS oriented one. Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate, but I think my purple DPS one is better than this tankier one. Okay, so we are now going to switch over, I believe, to Storvagun and trying to get a group for that. I suppose I can send out invites if they want. And I'm going to join Discord. So I'm going to be on push to talk with them on Discord, just going to make sure my audio settings are all good, and they are. Wow. Okay, yep, appear to be all set. It might be AFK, I'm not sure. If I can type, we will eventually search for a group. Is that my fans going loud? I normally, especially playing LOTRO, I normally don't hear my PC fans going all that much because it's just not the most demanding game. So I am just going to check something real quick. Like, I'm concerned that there's something eating up my CPU for some reason. No, it doesn't appear to be. But yeah, it's kind of nice because my fan curves are set pretty... The fan speed's pretty low when I'm at like even moderate temperatures, and it tends to stay where the fans don't really spin up all that much. But then it... I keep spamming invites to them, but I think it's... They might just not be ready, it sounds like. Okay, I will wait until they are... Are they in Discord? Oh, I'm the only one in Discord. That's why I'm not hearing anybody. You know, I talked about this last stream and the stream before last, to not organize group activities while you are streaming. But I once again am not taking my own advice. Team Machine, you're wondering how I like the Brawler. I think picking it up while it is on sale this week is not necessarily a bad idea. For me personally, I'm not a big fan of the class fantasy with it. And I don't know, the gameplay just feels odd to me. Not necessarily odd in a really bad way. I could probably get into it a little bit more, but it's something that hasn't immediately appealed to me from a gameplay perspective either. So I tend to not play Brawler all that much. And some nice lighting here in the middle of Galtrab. Also, I turned up, so I was recording some videos earlier today where in a particular location I wanted my ambient light up so you could see better, but that is a good reminder just how bright my character was in the middle of the evening here to turn that down. Okay, so I think it dies. That is going to be... Okay, looks like they're ready for an invite. So, on that note, we'll go ahead... Yeah, I have town services, town buff, so we're all good on that. So let's launch Storvagun and search for 2 more people. Hello. Okay, going to try to get a healer and tank, but we'll see who bites. Oh, we got a captain to tank. I could tank if we needed it. Yeah, we can try it if you want to run something and try to tank. Could do maybe after this, like the 6-man. Have you run that yet? Gonna see if they... Okay. The captain said they're interested in tanking, but they don't really have much of an opportunity to play it all that frequently. So that's something we might try to get them set up a bit more with tanking. Okay, did we use... Oh, a bear healer. I don't know, it took me so long. I saw that we got a bear warning in this group, but it took me a minute to actually process that they are going to be healing for us, so that is actually exciting. Okay, don't double check that that necklace was not BOE. That necklace is BOE, so I can send it to I don't know who would want that. Hopefully my Rune Keeper doesn't need it. Okay, let's do ready check. That reminds me, I think I forgot that. I wonder if most groups use consumables here. Seems like something that's just so much get in and go kill the boss. It's relatively easy even on tier 2. But I'll go ahead and put some consumables up. Consumables as in, I mean the Scholar Scrolls and the Hope Tokens, also known as, if you want to be fancy, Scrokins. But I have faith in this group. I love seeing the captain buff. I'm just not used to being up to 1,000,000 morale. That has been a recent development for this character in the past couple months. Really, past month. So, I just love seeing my health with 7 digits. Also, I am a bad fellowship leader. I just realized I forgot to say hello to the new people. I said all set, did the ready check and the such, but... love having all the captain buffs. Okay, so it looks like he is going to be dragging it. I don't think I used the first spear sweep, and then hopefully we can fit in a war cry and then swap back to ranged. Staying in the captain square, of course. But yeah, it's kind of interesting thinking that I have not really played with a Beorning healer all that much because in my kin, we don't really have people play Beorning. We've occasionally had one person will sometimes play as Beorning when we do group content, but he plays in the blue line on it, mainly for solo. I don't think he has it really built for DPS and not intending to tank in group content. So it's, I'm not doing great things here. But outside of that, we have not really had Beornings in the group or kin, especially ones that heal, because when I play Beorning, and I'm not on my Warden then, that's always been lower level. Ooh, we're actually dying. Yeah. Okay, we should be able to get through this, but you can retreat and run back. Yep. Okay, good. He did not reset. That actually can be an issue. Anyway, when I play Beorning, I have typically been the blue line because I like tanking on one. So even when I am at least playing a Beorning in a group, we don't really have them healing. And I mean more so with like endgame content, I suppose our low B groups have had Beornings in them. I kind of forgot about that because I think on Treebeard we had a couple people playing Beornings. But yeah, besides that death, which I was honestly not paying too much attention when that was happening, so there's a good chance it was my fault that I died. This has been a smooth run. Maybe I should have floating names on so I can see stuff a little bit better as well. Always doing his thing. I believe that has splash damage, but I have never double checked that. Oh, lag. Sweep up bleed on them, and that should pretty much have us set. And I believe the windmill punch. I also wonder if I was standing in front of him, that could have been a complication. But I wonder if the windmill punch, it seems to be just frontal. Ooh, that was a close one, but I got through it. Looks like it. It says by misadventure. Okay, I guess I will loot the chest. For some reason, I just feel like I bring bad luck. Wow, they got a bracer again. Looks like we had 2 people get a bracer. Congrats on the bracers. Oh, I guess Newer's not here, but Werewolf, congrats. Hopefully they can actually make use out of the bracer. Looks like... Yeah, those are easy to cap. I think they were saying, I actually missed that message in Fellowship chat, but I think they were saying if they had another character. But if you wanted to try tanking Sarvorn, I can get on my healer. If you wanted to try tanking, get some practice at it, I'd be happy to heal that on my Rune Keeper. Alright, I'm going to pass you leader, and then if you can invite my Rune Keeper when I get on. Okay, so we are going to run. The captain wants a chance, it sounded like, wanted practice tanking. So I think Sarvorn would be a good intro for that. It's relatively easy on tier 1, but does have some mechanics we'll have to pay attention to. And it'll give me a chance to heal on the Rune Keeper. I don't get to do that too much. So as much as I love the Warden, we'll get some variety. Variety is not bad. It's kind of funny though, in LOTRO I tend to stick a lot to the Warden. But what was I going on about? I got distracted. Anyway, in LOTRO, I often play the Warden and don't get too much variety, but in general, I actually do like variety. That's maybe even more so in other games. I also think with LOTRO's endgame being, it's not necessarily extremely grindy in a bad way. It's a little bit better than it used to be, but being fairly grindy at times, it's something that I just like don't ever feel like I can properly get to these other characters. Okay, I guess I'll go ahead and take an invite, but we're just sitting there waiting for them to do their thing. I could run a delving. Don't need that way up there. Glow where I am. I'll let somebody from the kin. Where are they? I guess they recognize, I actually switched characters, but I guess they recognized my name switching from Louis to Louis-7. I wonder what the light armor delving gear looks like. So I know what the medium armor looks like. I was gonna set up that outfit for my Warden, but wrong vendor. I don't think I've gotten any light pieces. I have run delvings. Yeah, that's from something else. So I have run delvings, but don't know what it actually looks like. Wait, that is what the light armor looks like? Wow, that looks that looks heavier than the medium armor. That okay, the white doesn't look bad once again. Gray also looks pretty decent. Orange. That'd be tough to pull off, but I think you could pull that off. Anyway, certain colors don't look as bad. Red just look terrible with that, but it's not as appealing as the medium armor. Heavy armor? Okay, heavy armor looks pretty good as well. I actually don't know on Evan and Blue with that though. Gray looks pretty solid. Black, as usual, I think looks good. I think that'd be a pretty cool captain outfit in the white. The shoulder pad changes, the little scarfy thing that I can't think of a better name for. The hood I wouldn't use, but at least it's unique. It does not look like heavy armor at all until you actually zoom in and see there's a helmet under the hood. Okay, just going to invite the one more person that logged in and they can. Hello, Jensen. And good night, good evening. Those dogs are loud. I wonder, I feel like they would have picked up on the microphone, but there's some yappy dogs outside. Hey, Arda, could you pass lead if you get a second? Pass lead if you get a second. No problem. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start it up so we don't have any confusion when the new people join. I'm just starting it up. Y'all can join whenever people are ready.
Countless dead were laid to rest in mass burials among the stones of a ruined temple of the
See if they are ready for an invite.
Its name of old forgotten. It came to be known as Sarvorn.
One thing I'm curious about though with this character, just with me, oh yeah, his pocket item. This is a level 51 pocket item. I still have that on this Rune Keeper. Haven't found a replacement. Also, that reminds me, I actually have an upgrade earring somewhere in my storages and boxes. I also need to turn my volume up because people in Discord are too quiet. Yes. Will any of you need a summon to get the discovery? Sarvorn. Alright, if it's grayed out, I can go there and summon you. Figure will give me something else to do. Just head there, explore. It is so dark, I actually cannot see. Okay, I was wondering, I had my monitor brightness still down, so now I can see, but if y'all have any sort of not bright monitor or display, good luck seeing here without ambient light up. If you'd like to, yeah. I could switch back to my Warden. Oh, I see. Okay. Actually, never bothered to check. I do need to spec healing real quick. I gotta redo my treats. Okay, so I'm going to spend my traits as we get the... Sounds like somebody has to get the discovery on their character anyway. So I believe self-esteem, actually, I don't actually need that heal, do I? Epic for the Ages, heal the Rune Keeper for a small amount. Yeah, we'll put 1 point in that just because that's what we need to get up to the max. And I guess Essay of Exaltation, I'll wait to put 1 more point in that. That's not a really big effect. Usually could do self-motivation for survivability, or I'd probably crit defense for something like this. Definitely want fate, tactical crit chance. You know, remind myself there's actually useful stuff in the yellow line here. Okay, I don't need all those points in that. So that would leave me with 8 more trait points. Whoa. Oop. Whatever you want to bring is fine. Sounds like they're trying to see what character they want to bring. I guess Essay of Exaltation at this point. I mean, there are some other build options, but I think getting vivid imagery here would be, even perfect imagery would be helpful. So I think this is the build I'm going to go with, and then just boost my damage from there. The heal and power cost reduction buff to self-motivation should be insignificant, but I figure that's better than 1% more tactical damage. Let me double check. This was increase the amount of morale. Oh yeah, I don't really care about that. And then I believe those two are mixed up in their location. And then I want Mending Verse. Usually I have Bombastic Inspiration here. Rousing Words. Although I could go with this. This would be a little bit different than what I usually do. Also, oh yeah, my bubbles. I have to get used to my keybinds again as a healing Rune Keeper. So I have my bubbles on the function bar, F1, F2, F3. And then I have Flurry of Words on F4 because why not? And then my damaging stuff, lightning stuff in particular on the shift bar. And then I have some utility, control 1 through control 3. Then more damaging stuff further in the control bar. So it's a little bit of an odd setup. I tend to not use things like Fiery Ridicule and Distracting Flame. And if I try to put out damage, it's going to quickly be something like Essence of Storm, lightning abilities more specifically. I'm going to be nosy real quick and see what sort of class item they have. They have level 131. Okay, so they do have a Gundabad level 1. Oh, this character's not even a good tailor anyway. Well, relative to the captain's total health, my heals seem to not be too terrible. I'm also wondering for legendary items. I do have, I believe, both sets, both the red line and yellow line builds actually have a lot of the stuff for healing, so they're both fairly hybrid in those regards, I believe. but I should double check that here. So if I can find my fire build, that is going to be, yep. And then this one should be all the fire stuff. Yep. Okay, so I believe that is the case. Both of these are just as equal in terms of healing. At least last I checked. Maybe I should double check that, but I believe they are all set for healing. And I think my lightning allies tend to be better than my fire allies. Also, they can be reforged, so I should probably do that. Except I can't. Oh, I don't have enough gold? Wow, the gold cost on reforging is actually coming into play. That's crazy. I could sell all my stuff and get enough gold, but that is not worth it. I wonder if my shared storage has anything that can just be sold for gold. Some good treasures in here. Probably not. I don't think I have any stacks of those Vault Keeper gold things in here. Yeah, not seeing any. During Wildermore, I forget what that set looks like. Oh yeah, it's that one. I think the main thing about this is I always think that the shoulder pads just look like they have skulls on them. Also, they're not symmetric, which is kind of annoying to me. That does not really look yellow. Sea blue doesn't look bad on that though. Red on blue looks very purple. Alright, so I believe this is kind of a... Oh, yeah, I believe we're all in here. Yes, we are. But yeah, this is going to be... We have a little bit of a squishy group. I was just kind of thinking I thought the other Rune Keeper, I was like, he only has 580k morale, I believe. He's still relatively fresh at 140 gear-wise, but then I look at myself, I have 547k, so I ain't doing much better there. That's true. While I'm thinking about it, this would be a perfect opportunity to go ahead and get me some local recordings of Blue Line Rune Keeper gameplay, so I didn't actually have that up earlier, so I'm going to get that set up for a second, and that seems to be all set, so we're good to go. Oh yeah, my healing runestone. Last I checked, that does not do amazing healing, but it does some healing. It's just another tool in the tool belt of Rune Keeper, little heals that eventually add up to a lot. What's amazing is I just completed a random deed by doing this somehow. Oh, just getting my heal overtimes ready for when we start. If Glory's ready, I believe so. Okay, sounds like we're all finally ready. Don't mind me just starting off with DPS as the healer. I am actually going to have to pay attention to their health, but, you know, in the meantime, just electrocute things. That's not the button I wanted, but that's okay. Oh yeah, forget that rousing words. It's gonna take me a minute to get back to used to being on the Rune Keeper, first of all, and just healing, second of all, but I forget that rousing words is actually really good to use on cooldown. It heals everybody up pretty decently. I think we're having some puddle issues as well, it seems, and debuff issues right now. Wow. Some of those are completely unremovable though. That's the tough part. Yeah, those puddles are a bit dangerous, even on tier 1, especially for a character like mine that's just so squishy at this point. I do like healing on the Rune Keeper. It's nice to be back to it. Especially in something where they actually take damage. The last time I did something healing on the Rune Keeper is like in one of those situations where I could have healed playing in the red or yellow line. I don't remember when that was, I just remember that being the case. Honestly, don't remember if it was something on stream or not. But this time I'm actually proper healing. Maybe it was like one of those 3-mans. Bad 3-mans, because I might have run those actually as healer. Or maybe I did play them yellow line and off healed. Could be mixing those up. Oh, the champion used their AoE stun. And just put my runestone down. Unfortunately the champion got a lot of debuffs there. You can remove somebody's debuffs, like one person's debuffs pretty well, but beyond that, there's not much. Also, I seem to have aggro on something. Or maybe somebody nearby me did. But yeah, it's actually, of course, more entertaining actually having to heal as a healer, so... Well, sometimes these guys are getting a little bit scary low. It is actually fun. Nice change of pace, too. Yeah, the puddles especially are pretty rough, it seems, here. Am I going the right way? Yep. Yep, to the south a little bit. Oh, maybe we needed that white. I actually don't know. Because whenever I've run this and not killed like every single mob that's out here, the boss wouldn't spawn anyway, so for all I know, we actually needed that guy. This is the first boss. The main thing is he will have ads and puddles we need to stay out of. First real test of the tank. They're up to 1 million morale though. I don't know if that's partially cooldowns or what got them over the hump there. Well. I believe so. Yeah, I couldn't remove my debuffs. Oh, that ain't ideal, but I should hopefully have it from here. Okay, I need to turn a bunch of people's volumes like down. Some people are down to like 20% volume on Discord, just because certain people are like really quiet. I have to turn my volume way up for them. Oh wow, they got me a res. Wait, why did that get canceled? I have no idea what canceled rousing words. Yeah, all those crawlers died basically instantly again. That's why I put the bubble up, was suspecting it was coming. Well, that was a success. Got a purple enhancement rune. So I'm probably going to send all the enhancement runes I get on this character, just funnel them all to my Warden. That was going to be my tentative strategy with that type of stuff. Basically until I'll max one character out and then go on to alts. That would be my general plan with allies, I think. I forget, how much is the AoE splash heal on Epic for the Ages when it crits? Not much. I believe browsing words should get them up pretty decently. I thought I used my debuff remover, I guess not. No, it's too late anyway. That did not hit anybody. Wow. I feel like I must have been just like outside of the range of these guys that I was actually trying to hit, and even the ones behind me. I thought I was definitely close enough to the ones far away, but it was not the case. Oh, second cat's here. You know, it's already bad enough when a cat gets in the way when you are like trying to do damage and the such and be productive that way, but it's even worse when you're in a more, say, crucial role as a healer. Fortunately, we're not taking too much damage right now, but yeah. Certainly not helpful. And all the cats think is they're just trying to help. Wow, they both resisted. They both resisted vivid imagery. Okay, I'm in a bubble, which I think is not a healthy one. I don't know if there's ever a healthy red circle bubble or ground effect area. There's some bad lag right now as well. Is that the one that... I'm having to adjust these guys' audio again. Sorry. It's a lot of debuffs. Okay, I'm out of the circle. Oh, that was me not paying attention. Probably could have just used my single target bubble there. And wrong keybind. Okay, I have a res somewhere. I actually am not even sure. I don't think the res is on my skill bar. You can probably run back where Willow. Sorry, I don't have my res actually on my skill bar somehow. Okay, I don't quite know how I'm still alive, basically. I also don't know how some of these other people in the group are still alive. It was a bit hectic here. Probably should have used my days on him, not the runestone. Oh well. At the very least, healing is entertaining, just in a different... I'd almost say more stressful, but it's not really actually stressful. It's kind of just like leans to being more stressful type gameplay. I believe the champion's gonna go down quick. Yeah. That time I actually did try to heal them at least. Oh, I think I just pulled everybody. Fortunately, these guys are at least simple. They're just the dead lights. I mean, they're lights, but they're dead. So they basically counteract each other and they're just like no good. So this boss is pretty similar to all the fights we've been having, but everybody except the tank will want to try to click the urns when they come up. If you see that the urns become clickable, at one point we'll all need to end up clicking those. Also, we will get the dog first. Storvagun. I just feel so bad phrasing it that way, but it really is. It's her pet. Yep. They're up now. Shadows take you. I believe shadow take you is a quote from another boss. They actually did have, I believe, one of the... It's not necessarily a bad thing, it's kind of an interesting thing. I don't know if it's supposed to be an Easter egg, but they have actually had some boss quotes, phrases, whatever you want to call them, repeat voice lines. Warns, yep. And shadow take you, without the plural shadows, was from Barad Gularan, the last boss in that, where you had to actually pay attention to which voice line they said, and then they would have some sort of effect, and you'd have to use a certain item to counter whatever that voice line was referring to. Okay, we'll use Epic for the Ages on the Rune Keeper, and then... Oh! Nice job. I got through it. Also, oh, I think there's a very tiny bubble still on her. Yeah, if anything, you're just doing too much damage. Oh, Ardith? One recommendation for tanking that I just thought of since I saw you looted a shield is it would be better to have like a one-hander and a shield. But yeah, I know that would require to get a whole new LI. But just if you really did want to start tanking more, that would be overall better. I just realized that Captain can tank with a two-hander, but it's better to have a shield. Also, I can remove my disease. Oh, I keep getting that back. Oh, I have the Virulent Cloud. A miasma so potent it cannot be cured. Wow. So this debuff I don't actually care about though. Yeah, there's a lot in this fight. If you get a purple eye over your head, just run away from the group. Otherwise, there's a whole bunch of different phases and a lot of things going on. Also, corruption. So yeah, two most important things is if you get an eye, run away from the group, and then remove the corruption as soon as it comes up. That corruption has a reflect, is why that needs to be removed. Ready as we'll ever be. It's a complicated fight. If I'm like running stuff like this for the first time, I don't necessarily want everything explained like in all detail, like spending 10 minutes before a boss fight just to explain it all when you get to see it. I'm not really a fan of that, but yeah, there are a couple important things to note, so we can go over that quickly. Martin, 3:10 a.m. for you. That's way too late or early. For me, at least, that would be like right in the middle of sleep time. Blair probably not going to get to playing WoW tonight. I'm still hoping to, if I'm not way too tired after this, still hoping to get to my Rune Keeper in a little bit though. The leveling one. I believe I have Vertef Health tier 3 stacked on everybody, which gives somewhat decent healing. It's just a nice hot for everybody in the group. Help keep them healed up. I also need to stretch my legs. Might be worth standing at some point, but I have been standing so much today and just didn't want to. It takes out a quarter of my health in one hit. Nice. Oh, that was a big hit. And yeah, staying out of puddles is definitely a good idea. Corruption's up. Hopefully they don't need much healing right now, because I would like to contribute in damage where I can. Keep browsing words up, so that's going to be my goal, is keep browsing words up and hit these essences of fear as much as I can. Okay, I'm ready for another rousing words. We can get the one on the left first. Well, it's gone. I just realized left might be confusing depending on the perspective. Okay, so if those got to him, but if they get to him, they just buff him as the main thing. Oh, yeah, there's two more. I completely forgot about the second phase of this phase. Wow, it's interesting what you notice while playing from the healing perspective. Oh, I'm guessing my res went off. Sorry about that. The buff. In other words, it did not go off. I don't know if we can salvage this, but it's something just not regularly playing the Rune Keeper I completely blanked on. Oh yeah, these guys remove their debuffs, that's so annoying. I don't think we'll get that. And I don't think we ever go out of combat. What's it called? Oh, what's that called? The res? Nothing truly ends. There we go. We'll see how it goes. I'm not going to completely bet on us needing a sixth, but somebody's going to be taking a lot of damage here. We'll see. We might be able to get through it though. Tanks are just very important. Okay, I am going to put... I suspect the champion would be the first to go down. So while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to put DNF on them. Problem is, the hunter, like both of them I feel like are equally likely to go down. I just suspect the champion would have aggro on the boss as they do now. We will not, but we'll get ad groups that are quite dangerous. Yes. Okay, I have DNF on you, Wirwilla. I don't know if I can do much beyond that. Yeah. Oh, Glor had DNF on me, wow. Well, we survived longer than I thought we would without a tank. Okay, if I can get this Plague Bearer, that means I can get reward track XP. I wonder, can you actually line of sight the boss? That would be interesting. Okay, going to try to get Para in. I wasn't too bad for a first run. We got to the second big phase of the fight. I'll remember to actually put DNF on you, Ardith. Sounds good. Yep. I am going to take a quick AFK while we're waiting for Para to get here. Okay, I am, as I just said to people in Discord, going to take a quick AFK so I can use the restroom. And then I'm probably going to stand when I get back up, a little bit reversed today, but we'll do that. So, I will be right back. Alright, I am back. Turns out I was holding back a waterfall. I guess so. I'll be grouped up here. And here's a cat. Why do I use a standing desk? Mainly so I can stand, but besides that, It's actually comfortable standing. Good for my back, good for my legs. Sometimes it can be more comfortable sitting. But I also tend to prefer standing while doing commentaries, while doing videos, recording, and the such. But usually I start streams in the standing position, then just get too tired that I have to sit down. Today is the opposite because I have been standing a lot today. So I got my resting in at the start of the stream. If I'm sitting, it does encourage the cat to sit on me, but she just like, she'll just sit here and bump the microphone. Anyway. Unfortunately, she doesn't quite have room to sit in my lap the way the desk is. My legs are actually already tired. See, when I'm playing with the Canon on Discord, my preview window is always so small. Can you all even see the cat? There actually could have been a chance that she turned off the stream because she basically sat on the keyboard. Hey, Para. I mean, it is true, and WoW, you can play a cat. I still haven't tried that in Dragonflight, but I've never been a big fan of Feral Druid. They need a cat version of the Beorning in LOTRO. I doubt it's supported by lore, but there are actually battle cats. The Eastern guys on that. Yeah, we can probably head to the last room. Para, we are on the last boss. I don't know if I ever told you that. That would be helpful, but you can play whatever you want. Fortunately, the burglar in our group that we just picked up from the kin, they are familiar with this place, I believe. Oh yeah, Lore Masters, they have cat pets as well. Oh, my mind jumped to the guys in the Brownland, specifically those ones. And WoW, do I play any other class other than Enhancement Shaman? I'm planning on the next time I play WoW to level my mage up to at least the intro of Dragonflight, like where I can get the crafting. And then I might try an evoker. Oh, looks like we pick up some moms. Otherwise, there is the what other classes do I like? I like other classes. Like, I have general enjoyment on things like the Paladin, the Hunter, the Warrior, the Death Knight. Not been a big fan of Balanced Druid since let's see, when did they do that rework? Maybe it was Warlords of Draenor? Probably not Frost Mage. I prefer Fire Mage. I'll try Frost Mage for sure, but by the time I get here, he's gonna kill them. It's not like I'm gonna do much, I'm just bringing the heals. Well, I finally made it to help. After you killed the white. Well, guess I don't need to heal them. Demon Hunter, I'm not a big fan of that class. So that is one I have not played in the Dragonflight pre-patch. So easy to get lost in this place. I think we're set now. We're almost into the cave. Okay, believe we are all set, all here, all in the cave. One more body should help. This is a 6-man instance and we had 5 people. Very nice that we were able to pick up the 5th one to even start it initially. And we also have at least 2 people that are very undergeared. I don't know if even very undergeared is right. This is... Yeah, it was going fairly decent. Unfortunately, the tank Ardith went down, and I didn't have DNF on her, so I didn't have any reses available. You should be fine on the Rune Keeper. Meraki, thank you for the $2.99, basically $3. We'll just round it up. Super chat there. That does help support the content moving forward. I know I used to talk about like I was saving up all the YouTube funds and the such for something big. That was my desk, but honestly I don't have too much specific right now. Always good to save things for future PC stuff and the such though. I do have DNF up, right? Do I have... Is there even still a tracer where you can get double DNF? I feel like that's such a new Rune Keeper question. Okay, yes, you can get double DNF still. I thought you could. Oh, I wasn't even paying attention to the corruption, but seems like they were safe with that, however it ended up. You know, I feel like the impact of the burglar that we picked up is pretty immediately noticeable. Oh, I didn't mean to cancel rousing words. I don't know if that's just me picking up on that because he's here or trying to point our success towards him being here, but this is going significantly better than the first round, I will say. Wait, how do I deal with having a baby face when I go to the bar? I am so confused. Oh, okay. I was totally off on what your comment was about. Okay. I think I shaved recently. My face looks more babyish or young. Oh man, Arthur went down again. You should have a res. Okay. It could be, since I'm healing, I haven't paid attention to all this, but he could have an induction that needs to be interrupted. Okay, I have DNF on my captain again. I've never really let my beard grow out. It actually does kind of grow a little bit more than I want. I actually don't like facial hair too much. It's just annoying to deal with. But yeah, usually I let it go like a week at most, and then it just bothers me too much. I used to shave like every day or every other day, but I'm just too lazy for that nowadays. Although I have sometimes actually wondered, why am I doing so much healing? I have sometimes actually wondered what I'd look like with a more full grown out beard for more than a week. Tolerate it for science. That's the reason I could get down. What? If I remember correctly, last time he popped out, we got a lot of initial damage up front, but it's not quite looking like it. Maybe when the ads come out, I'll use my runestone. Ads are out. Yes, we'll need to get the ads. Okay, I'm just gonna do a big bubble because people are taking damage. Healing is exciting. Oh, the tank is going... It's going down. Okay, they got their res. I'm going to put another DNF on them. I wonder what the boss is doing health-wise. If we actually had target assist up, I don't know who to put at target assist, because I think the hunter in the group has issues with crashing. But if we had target assist up, I could probably see the health of the boss. That's a lot of ads. I don't even remember when we did this on tier 2. I actually don't remember having this many ads. Then again, I was playing my Warden, so I was just AoEing like crazy anyway. I meant to bubble myself, but I don't think I actually need it, so that's okay. Oh, I could really use an essay of exaltation. Oh, where's Glor? He is nowhere to be found. Okay, I do not want to be in front of the boss. It's scary even trying to finish Rousing Words there. I don't know if that was the last wave of ads. Wow, I just need to dump all my healing into the captain right now, it seems like. We'll even get a bubble, little safety net. Okay, now I can. Yeah, I don't think you can. Out of targeting range. Oh, they must have retreated. They're Nice job. Okay, let's check what's going on in chat. Oh, hi chicken. You've been watching my VODs not knowing I've been live for the last 2 hours. Wow. But yes, I have been live the past... Has it been that long? Wow, it's almost been 2 hours. Also, that bracelet is going to look beautiful on my Warden, I think. It would be an upgrade for... Would it be an upgrade for this character? For healing, it might be. But I think my Warden, especially for tank spec, is going to like that. Wait, who's Jarok? It's not level 50. It's level 100. 1984. Oh, man. Somebody sent me. I have no idea who. I wish this was tier 3. This was tier 1. But thank you, Jarok, if you're watching, for the pocket item. I feel like I should return it because it's level 100, but it's an upgrade. I'll go ahead and equip it. It's helpful. I do appreciate it. I do love that it's better than level 51. Okay, so trying to look through what I got. Okay, don't want that one. Yeah, that would have been incredible with this group if we got it done with tier 3. That's not to comment on other people and their abilities. I just know a few of us are undergeared. Would be undergeared for tier 3. I'm not even sure if my Warden might be able to handle tier 3 with a good group, like gear-wise. But this Rune Keeper and the other Rune Keeper in the group, we're really low on our gear progression. I do not put jackets on my cats. They probably want to like it. They can barely handle their harnesses. Actually, they do a decent job on the harnesses. They don't do walking or anything like that. They'd be like way too terrified and skittish to go outside. But they actually do a decent job on their harnesses for when we travel. They don't like traveling, but they do a decent job there. Is there anything else y'all want to run? Oh yeah, it is Sunday. Somebody was reminded that it's work night, but technically I do work tomorrow. Just a bit of a weird schedule this next week. Probably won't be getting to Dragonflight. I don't know what I would do. That would be one main problem. Where do I work anyway? Okay, it's taking me way too long to think of a response. I work at the school that I go to. I don't know with 5 of us, but we could, I suppose, do the skirmish. We could either 5-man the 6-man version, or if not everybody wants to go, if 3 of us want to, I'd be up for that. Oh, I work at the school that I go to. Either way, I'm going to switch to my Warden. Oh yeah, Morton, that would be good, staying close to each other and killing the ads AoE. That is true. Well, who is interested in that? I think we have enough of us interested to do the 6-man. if you'd like to join for the skirmish. Alright, no problem. Thanks for... Oh yeah, thanks for joining. I don't think we could have done it without you. The Merkle really was a big help. I keep bouncing. Oh yeah, I am bouncing. That's just a thing I tend to do if I'm standing and like don't have anything to do. I just like, I don't know, bounce. I don't even know how to describe it. And keep going on my toes and dropping back down. Is it actually that noticeable? Wait, I'm going to go wrong camera. Oh yeah, it is actually noticeable. Is it bad that I'm bouncing? That's basically a way for me to like, it's almost like a standing still sort of pacing. Very noticeable at 2 times speed, I imagine. Okay, so I don't know what's going on with the group. We currently have 4 people. I'd love to run the tier 3 of the 3-man skirmish. Okay, so with 4 of us, are we gonna, do y'all want to try to get 2 more for the 6-man? I'll go ahead and invite people. Gloria, you said you wanted to join, right? Yep. You can stay that one, but if you want to bring something different, I'm sure a minstrel would be helpful, but we can always try to get somebody to join on a minstrel. Yeah, that works. I'm guessing we should probably try to stick to tier 1. Okay, sounds like they're good with tier 1. I don't have much use for tier 1 on this character. In that case, I hate to change things again, but I'm going to swap back to my Rune Keeper then. So I'm going to, Snore, if I give you leader, can you re-invite when I get back on my Rune Keeper? Venom of God, you're wondering if I plan on updating my LOTRO basics guide. 1 second. Well, LOTRO has crashed. But you're wondering, yes, if I plan to update those. And the plan is yes. But one problem is, in the past year or 2, I have not actually come across any new class guides. There might have been one. One brawler guide that I remember. But otherwise, just haven't come across many resources, which is a bit unfortunate. I talked about this actually on the last stream, that I think it's one reason is because a lot of people use Discord now and just kind of share information, not really in much guide format. I don't know if that is the case, but it seems to be a possibility. And occasionally people will do videos. That's perhaps where I could probably use the most updating, is there might actually have been good video sources in the past year or so that I could add, but I plan on adding, I think I already have a link for each of the classes to LOTRO HQ. They unfortunately don't have builds for every class in spec, And some of them are now outdated, but that's going to be a natural problem with everything as updates come to the game. But I am planning, hopefully in the next 2 weeks or so, when I go home for winter break, to have a chance to sit down with each of the classes and at least updating the pages and seeing if I find anything for them. I also plan on starting to write. It probably won't change that much from last year, but make any updates I need to for the 2023 class guide. Would you be able to pass lead? Oh, there you go. Thanks. Oh, I forgot to send the bracelet to my Warden anyway. Oh, I just realized we don't really have a tank. That's okay. We don't need a tank.
Determined to possess the great rings of
That is a good point, Joseph. Do not go with trigger essences. That's why it's important to look at things yourself and actually evaluate. Like, do some critical thinking and evaluate what guides say. Because they can be outdated. Wait, why do I have empathy? Oh, this is probably outdated. Okay, let's get this guy. Wait, I didn't replace empathy. Wait, no. Let's get actually good stuff here. Charity can be okay. I'll just hope that this is good. Although that's for my healing spec. So I think I'm going to go. Do you all want to search for 2 pugs or just go with the 4 of us? All right. We can probably take anything. Oh, I meant to switch to lightning spec for this. I feel like I would get more use overall out of lightning spec in the utility, depending what we have join the group. Oops. I really think with tier 1 we don't specifically need a tank. Okay, a Warden should have a set. Let's see, Glor, if you're going to stick in DPS spec, I can do healing, or if you want to switch to your minstrel, you can feel free to. Alright, that's fine. I'm glad people actually want to run tier 1. It seems like the good stuff's in tier 2 plus usually. Well, I'm glad people still want to run tier 1. Let me go to... There. Yeah, information really is sparse. There are a lot of different things that I feel like it's just odd with LOTRO being so information sparse. Wow, somebody recognize our kin name from Jimmy, who is our kin leader. Is everybody in here? I can get it started up if so. Stegan. That's the one that recognized that. Game Chap. That's a neat name. I hope this group composition is decent enough, but I just, in my experience with this, tier 1, we shouldn't really have to worry about much of anything. But nonetheless, there's still that general playing with random people pressure to make sure you actually form a good group. Wait, who is Arthureg? Is that one of the ones that messaged me for the... Oh. Oh. Did not message me for the group, but somebody else. I like that slug pet. It's distracting, but I still like it. But yeah, there are a few different things I was thinking where information is really sparse with LOTRO is sometimes it seems like, I don't know, just like public, easily accessible resources. LOTRO HQ is one now, but for a while we didn't even have that. But I would say almost a, not exactly like Wowhead, but Wowhead-like website, just because it's easy for me to compare to WoW. There's Wowhead. I think there's a similar one with ESO. I don't really play that game, but I think I remember a website like that for that game. And then there's like Icy Veins and Noxic. Are those two WoW websites? I think that had like just resources on talent choices and the such. It looks like we're getting mostly south. I'm running way back and forth, but I think the Sollock? Yeah, there he is. There's just not much like that for LOTRO. And it even seems like people who are willing to share information and they don't do so quite in that easily accessible format. There's also things like loot drop rates. We've had, I believe, Frost is the name, who created charts for both the Skirmish and the 6-bane instance. I don't know exactly how they got the drop rate information for that, if it's somehow in the game files and was data mined, or if they actually ran it with all these different combinations enough to actually know the drop rate of this stuff. But I think it was Frost, but yeah, otherwise, I don't know if we've ever really known the drop rate of gear for dungeons. For me, I like run stuff, and I can't, that's not like a one-man job. But it seems like there would be enough of a group of people to start to get that information for things. Oh yeah, Legendary Casual is I believe it's a blog. I've linked to it occasionally. Yep, and then the third assault is when we'll split 3 and 3. I wonder if the Warden just switched to tank, because their morale went up quite a bit. That is noise outside. I thought I was hearing weird game noises. It sounded like the champion horn, the AoE stun one, Horn of Gondor, that sound effect, but then it just kept going on and on and on and on. And the LOTRO wiki seems to be really hard to maintain because as far as I know, they can't pull much of the information from LOTRO's API. So I think they have to like go in and manually find and add everything and catalog everything, which is crazy amount of work. But it typically has pretty good information. I'd say the main question with LOTRO wiki information is if it's updated or not. Oh, they're on Tales for the Trails. I did not realize they're in Tales for the Trails, the Warden. I have played with that kin a few times. Played with them a few times on Anor and on Landreval now. I wonder if that's their main, or if they have another character that sometimes has joined us. Reduce lag every time you do epic battles. It's been so long since I've been in them, and that I've like looked into an issue like that I don't remember any particular setting, but there could be some with object draw distance. I know that's something that usually wouldn't cause lag, but that is a possibility. I know in Azanabal's for example, that zone, it actually really helps. That was a nice lightning storm. Oh, I'm into the days. How sad. I probably could be playing Yellow Line right now, but I guess better to be safe. Some of these guys do occasionally need heals. I can't quite hear you, Snewer. Yep, so it looks like the Warden's going south. And let's see, Snewer, do you want to go south with them? Okay. And then Werewillow, Glor, and I, we can stay up north. The split is always interesting in a pug, having 3 people split north and 3 south, especially when you're in a half pug and half pre-made group. Is the south looking okay? Oh yeah, that wave when you have them come from 3 directions. I find it fun, but I could definitely see some classes, especially at lower levels, having a bit of challenge with that and keeping the NPCs up all at the same time. But yeah, when you run larger group size, such as 6-man, when you're on the 3rd assault, they attack both the north and south at once, so you have to split your group up, and each of the waves you get is still not like, this is not a tiny wave that we get of enemies here for just 3 of us. Having AoE is certainly helpful. Forget I can't heal some of these guys. I have the Rune Keeper. Oh yeah, we're 2 Rune Keepers here. That probably wasn't ideal. But I have the Rune Keeper and Champion that I am working on healing here. And then I think on the other side they have more tanky ones and some pretty good DPS, so I feel like they're a little bit safer with that. New crafting gear for this new region, not that I am aware of. There is with the delving system some crafted one-time use tracery recipes, but yeah, no crafted gear unfortunately. Nice job. The hardest part, because now at least we get to stick together no matter what enemies we get. Go ahead and talk to Faeldor. Yes, this is a Rune Keeper. I'm trying to keep up with chat a little bit more. Okay, next thing, Venom of God, you've been reading, what you've been seeing / reading about SSG is that Daybreak. Oh, for their investors, that thing, rough fluid map. Things look promising, yes. Yes. I was just checking if they were still fighting things, but it didn't look like it, so once everybody gets here, I'll go ahead and advance us. And loot the chest. That's the most important part, looting the chest. See if we get anything exciting. I am on my Rune Keeper, so I have a different loot table than the Warden, but as far as I know, nothing of value can actually drop for the Rune Keeper here, because it's just like offhand things, which the Rune Keeper has none. They do have their ranged weapon, the Rifler, but that's crafted, or the... What is the actual name of that? Chisel? I guess I have a Chisel instead of a Rifler. Whatever it is, it's the Rune Keeper item. I love playing a Warden during this part. They're just like so useful. And yes, while healing, Rune Keeper has the bubbles and the heal over time. A little bit different. Definitely fun. And you can get a little bit of damage while healing. If I'm focused so much on healing, though, I pretty much do no damage. But if I have a chance, a couple particular abilities are a really nice utility in crowd control. There's the AoE Daze with Vivid Imagery, and that does a lot of damage. I guess I should have been here helping the champion. That's my bad. I'll try to stick more north for now. If the Warden's staying south, I don't need to be down there too much. Wall of text is fine. It helps keeps the stream going with the chat there. So that is all good. Oh, you're going to head to Cardollan finally. I'm excited to get to Cardollan as well. That's something I got a bit distracted before I got to talking about this at the start of the stream, but one thing I was going to say is that honestly the Before the Shadow questing to start off hasn't been the most exciting, I have to admit. I think that is one reason it's been like, when I have the opportunity, I typically would choose an endgame activity such as this, like I was the one that offered for us to run the skirmish. But if I really enjoyed Swanfleet, I probably would have been saying that I'm going to go switch to like level my character. But instead, I do find running the skirmish, especially on a different character. I'm on my Rune Keeper right now. I do find that more engaging overall right now. Although I would have, again, loved to have run tier 3 of the 3-man version. But yeah, the prologue hasn't been bad. It's not like anything's been bad there, but whatever, the overall questing experience just hasn't really... What's the right word? I don't know, just hasn't really meshed well with me. I really like that you get a lot of these side quests, but it seems like most of them are just running around. Like, that's what I feel like my biggest part in the expansion has been, just running around. And I feel like even though I've made good progress, and it does look like there are some exciting, potentially at least exciting quests to come up, even still in Swanfleet, it just seems like when at least I can try to grab that. I am on a Rune Keeper after all, I'm so used to... hopefully I didn't pull aggro. Oh, that was my protector that pulled aggro. That's okay. Can hardly see here. Okay, this was a bad idea. I can grab that, but should I grab that? This Urush Karga. Hello, TK Best. We are currently in danger. I am the healer, and I decided it would be a good idea for me to go grab the encounter boss to bring to the rest of the group. And now we'll have mobs coming from all three directions. Okay, whenever we get dealt with the Urush Karga guy, we will have another chest though, so that's exciting. Yeah, it's not like the individual quests have been bad. And I think the starter experience, like the first little bit of questing, actually thought was pretty good. The overall starter experience, really positive. But after you get out of the intro stuff, and after you get out of the first camp, or even when you get like most of the way through the first camp, what's it called, Mossword? That to me is when it felt like it got just a lot of running. I don't know if there's a much better way to describe it, but a lot of running. So my overall experience hasn't been the best. But I think there's a lot more exciting stuff to look forward to. It's just hopefully it gets to be less running around. And yes, playing the Rune Keeper today, actually at the level cap. I know it's so weird, but it is possible for me to play a level cap character that is not the Warden. Also, why is Celebrimbor way down here? That is actually bad. Well, I gotta make sure I keep him healed up. I need to pay attention to that as the healer. This is such a mess, I love it. Oh, Paradigm Warrior. Can't let them go down. Technically they can be defeated and we can still succeed, but might as well heal them up. I've just never seen Celebrimbor go this far off the path. But it is true, skirmish NPCs like this, if they keep getting in fights, they actually move towards where that fight is. They don't completely reset their position. It's very noticeable in a skirmish like Fort of Bruinen. Troll Wound Taker. His job as Skirmish Lieutenant is to literally take wounds and just take a whole bunch of damage. I have never seen anything in game to convince me otherwise. He was primed for that lightning storm. But yeah, for healing the warriors, the bubble is very effective for that, so I should be using that on cooldown just to help with them a little bit on that. Unfortunately, it's not as good at healing the NPCs without targeting them as the Warning, but it's still got some stuff there. Reminds me of the Epic Battles. This is basically the Epic Battles gameplay. It's just clicking all the NPCs and healing them. And boxes and things like that. And to get a little bit silly, but... Ah, this is the, Morthiel, that's right. Would I rate this game as a good one for free-to-play? Especially with the recent monetization revamp, I would definitely say yes. Because now you have access up to Helm's Deep content, which will get you pretty set to level 95 in the free-to-play portion of the game. That was a complete waste. Oops. I thought I got the trait to make my healing runestone targetable. I did not. Wow. I probably should have spent 2 points in that instead of like 1 more in tactical damage. I did not realize I missed that when I was looking to spend that last set of points. At least a healer might actually be useful in this fight. Because it's the troll's the one that does tons of damage. I don't know what a Morthiel. I should wait for it to transform. It's gonna take a while. Resolute Sword of Old Aragion. Have I gotten any good loot? Wait, did we ever loot the chest again? Or did we only loot one? Wow, we did not loot the second chest. Wow. Somebody got 2 essence boxes. That's pretty good. I will say the Skirmish is a great source for essences as far as I can tell.
Do not speak to me of shame, Celebrimbor. It was you who welcomed Antheron into Aragion.
Yeah, there's a cat sitting in my chair. I'm like, okay, I'm pretty much ready to sit again. And there's a cat on my chair. It just helps keep me up, but I'm going to be bouncy again. Coyote? 45? I realize your message was a long time ago, but I did miss it. And you said take a step into Enidoith as a low-level character from Lintrev and see how exciting it gets. I did that, and it actually was really exciting. I love that they have like an actually dangerous neighboring zone.
Sauron shall never possess what he seeks. This I swear to my last breath.
This whole cinematic of sorts, they actually do have it voice acted, which is nice. It's not bad the first time, or just to experience it, but boy. When you've done it so much, it just takes forever to get through. Okay, I guess I'll do the interrupting. Okay, now I better do some healing. Mordor Death Guard. He looks pretty friendly. Okay, let's get floating names off. Make sure I talk Celebrimbor off. Seems to be good on health. Even if he's only missing 100,000, gotta be extra safe. Well, there we go. The Herbalist has it right. Another falls.
There will be nothing left to return to, Celebrimbor.
That was a big yawn. Must be bedtime or something.
You're just the mercy of a fool.
This is a skirmish, actually. The new skirmish with Before the Shadow. So it's kind of in between a dungeon and a story quest. It has story tied to it. But it is more of an instance, like a dungeon. Okay, hopefully some people got some good things. I got Chilling Rhetoric Cooldown. You know that ability we use all the time, Chilling Rhetoric, that has minus 50% run speed on the enemy, but then if you damage them, that debuff goes away. Their pointless tracer is about as pointless as my pointless tracer. Not bad.
But with your aid, I may yet
Thanks all for joining. It's just really 2 people, but people in the kin as well.
You need not guise yourself in a fair form.
If you have no use for that Weirwillow, I could take it for my Beorning, but it might be a minute before he gets to the cap.
That you might look upon the face of a friend one last time, Celebrimbor.
Uh-oh.
All of the elves.
Did my...
What you have
I
done
think I
here
saw a
will
green
not
circle
grow
come up on
after.
Discord, but I don't know if I'm having issues. I can't hear anything. Oh, I hear you all, but not Weirwillow.
It matters not.
Oh, thank you, though.
An army greater than any in this world since the age of Morgoth. Do you not see? All of your triumphs and all of your failures.
Yeah, hopefully you had fun and got good stuff.
Your city will be unmade, and your people slain to the last. When at last your will is
Just gotta wait for this to... for them to finish their story stuff. You can leave if you want at this point in the skirmish for anybody curious, but you will not get the XP. You'll not get the quest completion. And you know me, I want that reward track XP. I really want to get to level 65. I'm not worried about like trying to push it super fast or farming XP for it, but I do want level 65 on that. Yeah, it's been a long time since they've added a skirmish, though. Last one that I remember is Storm on Methodrus, way back during Rise of Isengard. Okay, looks like we got quest completion, so I can now leave the instance. I'm trying to think what I want to do in the game now, but with all this yawning, maybe I should just go to bed. Oh, there's still a cat sitting in my chair. Yeah, you do have to listen to the monologuing of the villain. Landscape looks so barren without any frills, but honestly, I sometimes like it. It just feels like a sigh of relief that there aren't so many messy frills in the way. I don't know if anybody else ever gets that same feeling, but it just feels so nice and open. Although I do miss my red flowers here. Yeah, I definitely have to say that. Some frills are nice, okay?
Hello there.
I might hop to another character, but I should probably get going soon. But thank you all for joining the content. It's been fun. Okay, hopped out of Discord. Unfortunately, turning the frills off does not turn ugly bushes off. I actually wonder, in certain zones I would definitely turn fills off if it turned ugly bushes off. Yeah. There were just an option to turn ugly bushes off. That would be one of the best options they could ever add to the game. Like, people talk about graphics revamp. All they need is that one option. And it's gonna look like a whole new game. So what character? Yeah, let's go ahead and get on the Rune Keeper. I actually thought about going to my Guardian. I want to play my Guardian a little bit. Actually, I'm curious. I'm going to see if there's a captain on the Kinship real quick. Well, I'll deal with that later. I don't think there was. One of the players we were in the group with has a captain, but they were on their champion, now that I remember. Oh yeah, the cat. Oh, wrong one. Looks like it's focused on the desk here. There we go. There's the cat. There's my chair. There's the cat. I wonder when I talk, she seemed to have her head facing towards this way for a little bit, but not anymore. Oh, she's facing this way again. Yeah, it's probably better to phrase it that I want to sit in the cat's chair rather than the cat is sitting in my chair. Oh, she's... perfectly fine just sitting there. I actually probably could pet her enough that she'd get annoyed and overstimulated that she'd just leave, but I don't really do that. Okay, we can get back to the game. I'll keep the cat cam there. But as if I don't completely block it. Would that work better? I don't know, it's bothering me how much my elbow is taking up that space. Okay, we're back in game, right? Okay, the last time I logged into this character and I was in this location, I spent like an hour just looking at different cosmetics and supporting the die makers of Landreval. So should I do that again? Last time I made a poll, I think it was about 3/4 of the vote, somewhere thereabouts, voted that they preferred the steel blue outfit over the purple outfit. If anybody has any comments on which one they prefer, I'd be curious and if there's any updated thoughts. I like the purple one, and I like the steel blue one. They both look pretty good on this character. They're a little bit different. Like if I were going on a trip to Erebor, I would probably wear this purple outfit. But if I am in Swanfleet near the elves, I would prefer this outfit. Outward. I have never heard of Outward actually. What was that movie with the, I think they were blue people in this one. Onward? Was that what it was called? I think it was a Disney movie. Actually, I like that one. Yeah, steel blue does have more to it than the purple one. Oh, my rune bag kind of ruins this. What does the rune bag look like? Dyed. Or should I just... Yeah, I should just get rid of it. That's going to bother me. There we go. That looks better. We fixed it. I think I did try a back item. I did try the backpack, but I wasn't a big fan of it. But maybe that should be the other poll. Backpack or no backpack with steel blue outfit. My vote is honestly, it is a ruin bag. It's my vote is, well, I'll wait to share my vote. Back or no. Could try mixing dyes. That sounds a little bit scary to me, but that is true. I could try. I really like the backpack, but I don't know with the steel blue outfit. I love it on the purple outfit. Anyway, what do I have for questing? And why did my map open straight to the big world one? Oh yeah, I still have. Ugh. So I made great progress with my questing. I think we're, again, finally getting to the more... captured hobbits. Getting to the more exciting quests. So that is the good news, but I still have to go around Blintrev. Sages pack? Yeah, there's no... I really wish it'd be awesome if there was a tab in the collections panel for cosmetics. That'd be pretty good. Look like Teletubby in the purple outfit or Barney. You're not wrong. Also, if y'all are wondering why the water looks weird, I have heard that they had an issue with water not being blue enough, and then it turns out people didn't like the blue water. It was like some... I think the way they described it, Cordovan described it on the forums, was that it was a bug that was fixed, but people don't like the blue water. I don't think it necessarily looks bad, but it looks a little bit strong blue. But yeah, I get it looks off. Like it just does not look like water should be that color. Maybe a little bit blue, mainly reflecting the sky, but that seems a little dark blue. I think that would be the way I would describe it, is a little bit of a dark blue. Yeah, it looks like toilet bowl blue. That's exactly, I was trying to think what type of blue that looks like, because it just does not look like what natural river water blue should be. But it is toilet bowl. Also, if y'all did not know, there's actually a second cat on right there. Oh, hi chicken, thank you for joining the stream. I hope you have a good night. So as far as questing on this character goes, I'm really glad to have gotten to questing on him, but I probably won't be doing too much. I think the aiding Lon Garen, scout trainees of Lon Garen, and the White Ring quest and the purple one would be in the scope for this evening. Yeah, weird swamp would be a good other way to put it. I think I've seen some swamps that look a little dark blue like that. I don't know if it could be natural. I don't think it's been quite that color though. But yeah, having it be a little bit blue just from the reflections of the sky wouldn't be a problem. It's a very blue sky here in Swanfleet and Cardollan, but it does look off. I noticed not all water looks like that, so I don't know where exactly this is an issue, if it's just certain bodies of water or particularly in the new zone. But to me, the Evendom leak didn't look bad. It looked pretty normal. I guess we can get frills back. I don't know, do y'all like frills or not frills? I actually want to make a second poll now. Last time I made a poll about frills, it was a while ago, people voted that they liked frills turn up to the highest density. I think It looks overall better, but again, I kind of like the bareness of the landscape sometimes without them. It's also a little bit of a sharp transition between frills and no frills, so that might look a little bit odd. Oh, there's an ugly bush. So it does sound like, though, Hobbiton might be a bit off with the water. Water in a dune. I forget that there's even water in a dune. I'd have to go try to find the water again to see what it looks like. An ugly bush is one that just looks ugly. I actually was trying to think of a different way to describe it, but could not. So the ugly bushes are a particular type of bush that just look ugly, and they are these ones. I think they just make the world, which is otherwise pretty and has these prettier bushes, look bad. There is one zone where I feel like they are relatively acceptable, which is Iron Hills. I still think they could be improved and changed to a slightly less ugly version. This is really interesting the way they have the texture here. That's kind of like a faded rock texture. I don't know if I'm a fan of that. I don't think that quite works. It's a really big feature that just doesn't seem to work. Smaller features work fine, I think, when it's just a flat texture like this, but when you try to add really big boulders, almost giant stones, to a 2D texture like this, it just doesn't look like it works to me. It's different though. The tiling grass is a big problem in flat areas. Yeah, that is another one. If I turn fill density down here, you can definitely see where the grass, it's like a row of just the same texture over and over again. It has a pretty small, like, block size. It's also something I believe you can kind of see that pattern on the map. Maybe this isn't the best zone to show that. The Shire, maybe it's on the mini map that I see it more. I don't know, but I think I've seen that on the map. There is actually one interesting thing like that you can see on the map in the Angle of Mythaethel. You can see how gridded some trees are in certain areas, so they basically have a grid of trees. It's pretty bad here as well, which I thought was interesting. I think this also looks pretty gridded with its tree formations. Curious what Eregion looks like, if there's any gridded look to it. Don't really see that too much. I think those are supposed to be shadows, but I don't know for sure. Oh, the Walls of Moria. I don't know why every time I've looked at this Eregion map, I have not actually looked at the Walls of Moria. That looks... Those ponds look really weird. It shows the dried riverbed a little bit better, but the ponds in them look really weird. Oh, if I turn post-processing off, it will reveal what people really complain about the water change. Let's try that. That looks, as far as I can tell, I thought that's what it usually looked like without post-processing. I don't really play with post-processing off, so maybe I just misremember, but I thought this is what it looked like. I'm now curious what it used to look like with post-processing off. That does look significantly different. Post-processing really helps. But yeah, you can really see how, compared to with post-processing off, you can really see how darker, like deep blue it is. On natural, it looks like steel blue. It really does look like the color of my outfit. Well, that does not look particularly great colored. I actually like the color, just for the color's sake, but it does not look like a healthy river. Either that or it looks too healthy. Any other good graphic settings to look at? DX10 Distant Landscape. This is one setting that I actually don't like. That's why I have it off all the time. But if you ever see that type of texturing on Distant Landscape, that's probably because people have DX10 Distant Landscape lighting on. There are certain features where I think it looks decent, like in the mountains it doesn't look too bad, but in a lot of the closer stuff I really am not a fan of it. It also decreases the distance that you have high quality textures. So you can see we have high quality textures here, but if we turn on Distant Landscape lighting, we get rid of the high quality textures. Which doesn't look good. You can also really see that there. That might be hard to see, but here, maybe if we just face this way. You can see on that mountain we have the high quality textures, but when we turn on the Distant Landscape lighting, we get the low quality ones. Did I turn frills down again? I must have. Oh wow, only 50%. We're now 50% for backpack and no backpack. I haven't quite told you all my vote, but my vote is actually no backpack with this outfit compared to the purple one where I prefer the backpack, because the gold color does not match the silver color of the elk outfit that I have, whatever it's called, the elven outfit, and that tends to bother me. If it matched with silver, I wouldn't mind it as much. It also shows me more of this like ugly band in the middle of this outfit. I guess that's part of the belt, which I'm not as big of a fan of, but it's not bad. I don't like dislike it with the backpack. It does hide the asymmetry of that part, which is nice. But yeah, I figured the poll's been up for a while, so I can now perhaps influence decisions with my own vote. Alright, what we got here? So one of those white quests, I have so many of them, is the search for signs of Urex. So I need to go straight and slightly right, like right here. And I guess I gotta see exactly which quest this is. This is going to be for the book quest. Maybe slightly behind me. Ah, there we go. Seems odd that I didn't have to go on the road to trigger that, but maybe I did actually miss it. Slain by a sword, but much like the one he carried. Those are actually kind of neat looking swords. I would take one of those swords. And we're going to go back to Mossword, of course. We can't just go to where the hooks are. I feel like the book quest is going to lead up going to this camp, but maybe not. Here, I can use my map home, which I think is going to be, it's going to be Kleeger, actually. Yeah, that's where I was thinking it was. Fine keeping my milestone here for now, because you can just take swift travels all around. Oh yeah, they did add a task board here, so I should pay attention to my task stuff a little bit more. Those will help with the reputation, which I've heard you cannot actually max your reputation by... Can't max your reputation just through quests and deeds in this area without using either a rep boost or now you at least have tasks. I don't know if the skirmish and instance I would expect those to give you reputation every time you run them, but I know sometimes they have weird stuff with reputation and that type of content in this game, so I don't know for sure if they give rep. The Strider look-alike. So bring the Uruk swords to Skardi. That's going to be inside, I believe. Seems like you take them to the blacksmith at least.
More Uruk blades? I didn't ask for these.
Either of these would be an upgrade, but we want the one with Will, the silk cloak.
Do something about Tegwin. He's been bothering me since this morning.
What can I do to help the village?
I really like this painting of the Durin's door that they just happen to have here. Seems like an odd one, but so not bad. So I wonder if this is the shopkeep, if he's the one that lives here and he just like sleeps here. He has a candle on top of books. We know which books he doesn't read. Okay, Sarvorn does give reputation. That's good. I feel like the Skirmish should. I suppose it doesn't though. I guess they could actually like for story and lore reasons not give reputation because it's in a totally different age even. Okay, where are we going? Vortus. I guess this quest, oh, we're on book 1 though. We're no longer on the prologue. But yeah, that is lower level than me. Like the side quest started to catch up to my level finally, but now with the book quest it's still a little bit behind. So we are along the Old South Road trying to get Craven Talons, Whetstones, and Vortus. Is this to repair swords or something like that? Ooh, Fire Article does more damage on impact than I thought it did. Well, I guess I'm fighting low level mobs that would explain some of it at least. There is a rusted dagger. I have no idea what that's for, but something I could target here. It's kind of unfortunate with Sarvorn though, because as far as I can tell, the first 2 bosses don't drop anything useful for a class that doesn't have an offhand, a shield, or a bow-like ranged weapon. I don't know if it's different though for low levels. It would be nice if it has a different loot table for pre-LI somehow, so you can have 2-handed weapons drop, you can have runestones drop, things like that. I'm actually curious if anybody has run that, if it does in fact drop that type of stuff below level 50, or if it does not. I would love to see it. I would just love if it did actually do that, so there would be more loot you would get from these other classes than being a bit limited. Of course, the last boss, even in the solo version, we have seen does drop gear. Not particularly great gear at level 140, but it is level appropriate scaling gear and BOE, which is nice. Decent starter gear. If you have nothing else, the 6-man is actually a good option to run the solo version of when you get to the cap to get you some starter gear. I don't think I need wolves. Also, did I ever get the dagger? Did that give me a whetstone? That did not. Did I ever even get to it though? Was that? Oh, I wonder if that was part of a deed. I think there's a deed for stuff like that. Here I am trying to tiptoe to see over the bushes. That does not quite work that way. Oh, I already got all the Craven I need. So we just need boar tusks. I wonder where the whetstones are, if they're going to be on the east. Well, it says along the Old South Road, so maybe we should head there. Oh, and now that Dwayne is gone, I just randomly thought of this, but now that Dwayne is gone, I actually had this concept for a video that I might do. Might be a good one for the break. Oh, I feel like that could be annoying to edit. But it involves the South Road. Proper itemization. I know that would be crazy. Hey, there's an arc. I just need one more for the first Slayer deed, so I feel like I have to. Level 5 Urukai. That is so funny. 1 health left. He just got defeated by a rock slap. Rune Keepers really are the original brawlers, though. Wait. I missed both of these people come online. Need more boars. Oh, that's all I need now. Alright then. Should I stay in this area? I've already gotten 3 by staying in this area. And I feel like the quest turn is going to be right at Mossword at the blacksmith. That's why I don't quite want to head far east. The cat made the terrible mistake of getting up, so she lost her seat. Okay, for some reason I felt like I had that clicked, but yeah, I do not. Oh, there's a boar. Fortunately, this is not like Evendom. There are at least boars here. They may not be around frequently, but they are here. I also find it funny this is a level 9 quest, but I think level 6 is the highest level mob that I have killed. I suppose that's because it does technically extend to the east, but yeah, some of the quest levels have been odd. Like, I think there was this level 11 quest or level 10 quest where I was fighting level 8 and 9 mobs, which was odd. There does seem to be a little bit of a mismatch sometimes between quest level and content level. Oh. Maybe this is the place with all the boars. Nice look at Tharbad, I believe. Yep, Tharbad. And that is a wolf. Okay, depending where this book quest leads, this might be about wrap up time for me with this stream. Wonder what that cat is looking at. Y'all can't see her anymore, but it was the one on the top of the tree. Ah, she was eyeing something. I think it's this cat sneaking in. The one that I stole this seat from. Suppose I'll end up saving anything that is for task, but it does not look like any of these are for tasks. They are all... Oh, there's one torn for... I'll go ahead and lock that one. Can't believe I have a character with such a clean inventory. Also, I never did double check if this is where I have to go. Okay, good, it is. So we will continue that. Search the perimeter of Mossward for a sign of the missing boy. Rook boot prints, those are going to be on the outside. Oh, I guess I did not actually finish examining. And if I go to the east gate, talk to a guard, Marion, he will have helpful shoulder pads. I do like the itemization of the gear here is actually like more proper for modern day LOTRO stats. And it looks like we'll get a weapon upgrade, which of course as a tactical class is not the most exciting, but at least they put a lot of will on that. So that might actually boost my tactical mastery up enough for it to have a decent impact. I could always craft this character gear. I guess I never really thought about that, but if I really wanted an upgrade for him, I could craft him some gear. But it looks like the next quest is supposedly on level, and we need to go to Lon Garen, so I will take a swift travel there and see where that leads. Village in the Sky. What is that quest? Family parcel. North of Kleeger. Oh, that's a part of these quests, I believe. Not really low level one. Professor Smoothbrain, thank you for joining this stream. I hope you have a good night. I think the cats are getting ready for playtime. Usually it's Piper showing you all that. And okay, the quest should be very close. Eastern edge of the city, which I'm at. There is Meneldir. Defeat Avank. That I can do. Okay, that will be for later though, but I can do it. So I think I'm going to wrap up there with the adventures today. As far as making progress, that was the theme of the stream. I feel like I have actually made some progress today on this character because I've gotten a little bit more organized and have become, I guess, a little bit more better. Have a better awareness of where this character is in terms of questing. We also made good progress on actually playing my high-level Rune Keeper and a little bit my Warden. Wait, what did I do on my Warden? Storvagun. I ran Storvagun on my Warden. Didn't really get anything out of it, but I did do that on the Warden. So yeah, we have another bout of town services, but that will never hurt. So I'm thinking my current plan is to have a stream on Tuesday, but I'm not entirely sure that I will. But that is the current plan. Otherwise, Wednesday could be a possibility. I'll have to see how that works. I would like to, on one of those days, though, have a little bit of a longer stream that I start much earlier in the day. But we will see from there. I'm thinking, yeah. And then videos, I'm probably going to save a lot of the videos that I've started to record for a bit later when I'm on my winter break that'll probably happen this weekend. Next weekend. Today's still Sunday. Yeah, next weekend. So, yeah. A lot of videos to look forward to, though. Started a new little mini-series project, which will have 5 short videos. They're really short videos, but hopefully they're entertaining. I don't know. I'm kind of questioning myself with the recordings, but it was a bit fun recording those. Anyway, the cats seem to just want me to sit here and pet them. They're probably actually looking for playtime, but pets are good too. Jacques, though, you are wondering about... Oh, when you do instances at level 131, they hit much harder compared to 130, and that is true because you have the stat jump to Gundabad stats, which is going to be basically quite a bit higher than the level 130 stats. So the main thing is to make sure you actually reforge your ally at level 131, and also getting Gundabad gear, which would require questing, or maybe running the scaling instance Sarvorn, you could get a piece, or the Skirmish. There are some options for gear, but probably not all slots with that. If I remember correctly, the crafted gear is all level 140, so you can't really do anything there. And otherwise, yeah, quests. Quests is how you would be the main source of gear at that point to get up to the Gundabad item level range to get your stats up. Virtues also won't hurt to make sure they're up. I just don't know at level 131 what the difference is to 130. But what I did for my characters, both Rune Keeper and Warden, well, actually the Rune Keeper, did I level the Rune Keeper in like Sword Halls or something? Yes, I did with Dan's Adventures. And I got crafted gear at level 140. But I was able to handle everything in the 130s that I did on him without needing that. But on Louisden, I did questing gear, and similar with Louis, the new main Warden. Anyway, with that, I'll go ahead and get wrapped up on things. I think I give a pretty decent update of what's going to be going on the next week or so. And we have, wow, 50-50 split on backpack versus no backpack. So for now, we'll go with no backpack, but we tried backpack for a little bit. And yeah, as far as this stream goes, I had a lot of fun doing the mix of group content and getting a little bit of leveling. A little bit of progress is good on this character. And I think next stream, we'll try to make it more so about the Rune Keeper leveling. That would be the current plan. But anyway, I hope you all did enjoy. Yeah, very decisive, that poll. I hope you all did enjoy the stream, and if you did, please consider liking and subscribing for more, or becoming a channel member to support the content and the cat and the other cat. And thanks for joining, chatting, and watching, everyone.